Sharon.
Your son has destroyed the business, and you have no idea what's coming soon. All of you lying piece of okay? Son, hope you, I'm sorry, I don't have my glasses.
You're good.
Hope you both rot in hell for destroying everyone's lives. Okay? Okay, just a pathological narcissistic personality disorder worse than Mark, your other son. Is it your DNA in your sons, okay, or your ex-husbands that create these kind of human beings that lie, cheat, steal, and make everyone believe they are honored?
Me.
He's destroyed my life and Tom and Bethany's life and so many other people's. Okay,
thank you so much for your work on this. So fun to see when liars
like
get
Mark
caught.
in an asylum. Such a liar, cheat, thief. I can't believe this is scumbag of your DNA. Wish you never given birth to such a human scum. You have given birth to the worst of your 3 children. It is not Mark that's the devil and has issues. It's your son Steven that destroyed everyone's lives. You should have had an abortion. And she goes, it's a shame in her response. Why, right? Yeah, it's a shame on you, okay, for lying to me.
Oh, that's okay.
That was it.
Okay, well, that was a lot from you, but not a lot from her.
If you can tell that I'm heated up and I'm pissed.
Yes, I can tell.
Steven just and railroaded the entire company.
Yes.
So, okay, next question.
I'm getting a call from Jason.
Steven
Can you
finally
pause?
replies to Jason's crash out and says,
Hello?
Hey, bro, how are you?
Good. You're on.
I gotta get you making some money, bro. I got people. I got plenty of people that are gonna want to hire you or do shit with you.
Oh, you're on.
Here we go.
You are on live stream, by the way. Just a heads up.
Oh, right now?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm still streaming.
So you are you on now or no?
Yeah, we're live right now.
Okay, cool. How are you?
Good. How are you? It's just people in the chat.
I don't think I've ever done a live stream in my entire life. I don't do that. So
no, you're okay.
So, so what do you want to do? You just type people, or are you talking on the phone to people, or what do you do?
I have you on speaker. I talk into the mic, and people hear my voice, and they can also see my camera. I'll send you a link. But people,
I'm out and about trying to surprise my my wife with some down.
I didn't call him. He called me.
Since I didn't last minute shopping. But is there any Q&A that you want to do to pretty much ask me any questions that someone can ask me that I can actually give an answer to for your guests that are on your live stream that you want me to do for your guests, or any questions you want to ask me? And I'll stay on as long as I can. As long as you don't mind that I'm running some errands.
Yeah, no, you're fine. We have about 150 people in the chat. There's no guests. It's just me and Becca here.
Okay.
I think some people did have questions. A lot of people are saying they feel bad for what you went through. Some people are bringing up your MLM history and all that, and your prior legal.
Which I already know. There's online. I mean,
sure.
If you Google me, I mean, look, I don't really give a shit about what people think about my world or my industry. I've helped millions of people make a lot of money, but most people look at it and they go, "Oh, that stuff's a pyramid scheme." Yeah, well, I get that, but at the end of the day, from my vantage point, I've helped thousands and thousands of people become millionaires, and probably. A lot of people have changed their lives, so I feel good about what I do, whether people like the industry. But the industry like Amway, Herbalife, Mary Kay, Avon, Shackley, New Skin, and even the company that I made most of my money with, Jeunesse, people look at them and go, oh, they're all pyramid schemes. So, okay, I get it. That's their opinion. And really, there's nothing I can do about it. I mean, it's like I don't lie to people like Steven did to me. I say to people, yeah, you know what? I'm at the top of all the pyramids, and people ask me, what do I do for a living? And I say, those things like Herbalife, Amway, and people go, yeah, you mean like the pyramid deals? I said, yeah, I'm at the top of one of the pyramids. and so I just own it, because if you don't, then you're like, oh, no, this isn't. I mean, what am I supposed to say? I get paid by other people other people coming in and recruiting other people from selling products. And usually in most companies, there's a customer ratio that most companies legally now by the FTC, they require you to have a certain amount of customers. Like the current company that I've been promoting is a Korean skincare company, and they require you to have over 50 customers. So every distributor needs to have a minimum of 50 customers. So, you know, usually if you have 50 customers, you're considered qualified to earn commissions in the compensation plan. So, but I mean, if someone wants to talk about multi-level marketing, I mean, I think that's, you know, I don't care, but okay, that's fine. But yeah, that's basically, you know, that world. And so anyway, outside of that, does anyone have any specifics to talk about, you know, Mr. Stupid Steven Sharif and all his bullshit lies? Because I can answer those things.
I think we have a lot of questions in the chat from a lot of people. I think the first question is, do you own the IP? Like, do you know if anyone owns the IP?
So, correct. As of right now, Robert Dawson controls and owns the IP.
Okay.
I have what are called, so in order of succession, I have pretty much, I was the first money in that had Steven sign pledge and security agreements with UCC filings. Okay. And that was done and I have the original UCC filings. Okay. And then after that, Commerce Bank came in. And then when Steven was running out of money and the company was about to get obliterated and go out of business because Steven fucking lied about any of his money going to the company. And I've since found out that it's not only, you know, he originally told me that he put in, well, what is out there in the internet is that he put in 30 million. That's all horseshit. So anyone that believes that shit, what do they want to see? Bottom line is the bank accounts. Yeah, Steven put in no money. I have the QuickBooks documents that I have just received recently that pretty much literally shows Steven and John taking out millions of dollars out of the company and not putting any money into the company. That's a fact. So Steven can justify whatever bullshit he wants.
If you guys have any questions, ask in chat now.
The fact is that they took out millions and millions of dollars, probably the money that he paid back his brother with, because he paid his brother Tim back some money, okay? And then he paid back his mom some money. So that was probably from either my money that came in or other loans from Commerce Bank. So pretty much here's what happened. Here's the order of monies that came in. A guy named Tom Alcazan put in $2 million, okay? That was before my money. Then I put in another $1 million, okay? Then I had another option to put in another $1 million. I executed both of those. So that is now basically a total of $2 million from me, $2 million from Tom Alcazan. That was around the time that Kickstarter, I put my money in right around the time that he did the Kickstarter thing and brought in a lot more money from Kickstarter. It was right around the time that my money came into him. So then after that, okay, he went through that money, my money, Tom's money, and the Kickstarter money. It was all gone. Then he needed more money. So then he came to me for another loan for another $2 million. I gave him $2 more million. Okay. Mm-hmm. Then after that $2 million, we rolled that contract into a $5 million agreement. And I have that, and I can send that to you in an email. And basically that $5 million agreement was actually $5,138,000. Okay. So that was pretty much that agreement. Okay. So now I have $2 million from the original agreement, $5 million from that. Then after that, I had another buddy of mine put in $1 million. And in the video you did, that was $1 million from my friend Travis. Travis pretty much put in $1 million. And at that time, I had other businesses, as you call. I think I like the devil's lettuce pretty much. I also got into another shit show with another fucktard that pretty much screwed me out of a lot of money in a cannabis company, which I'm still in litigation over currently. And I lost about $14 million in that deal. So, you know, pretty much I'm trying to get money back out of that deal. The money in Intrepid, I don't know if I'll ever see a penny, but I'll get down to the succession of the monies. So at that point in time, mm-hmm. I'm into it for about $7.13 million. And then at this point, Steven borrowed another $1 $1 million from a friend of mine, okay, and $300,000 from me. This is during that video that I'm talking about that I'm leveraged, and, that was money that I had to pay my taxes and other shit. So then he got money out of me for that. So my friend's money, it was a short-term loan from my friend Travis, and Travis wanted his money back and said, look, Steven, you defaulted, pay him the money back or I'm going to sue you. And Steven said, oh, well, I don't want my community seeing any lawsuits. If my community sees any lawsuits, we'll go out of business. And I said, well, I don't give a shit, okay, about you not paying. I mean, I didn't say I don't give a shit about the community. I said, look, I care about the business and the community, and I don't want any bad press, just like you don't. But, we got to pay him back the money. So none of Steven's friends or family or anybody that he fucking knew had any money. Nobody had any money. This is the whole problem with this whole company. Okay. He was able to since get a few people, but it came in after this point. So what happened is at this point is that I had to sell crypto or whatever it was, $6,000, $7,000, that I transferred to my friend Travis to buy him out of the $1 million, and I assumed the note. I have that paperwork that I can turn over to you as well.
Sure.
So at that point in time, pretty much, I had a situation where the $300,000, the $1 million. So now I'm into this thing for 8.3. Okay. And then originally we had a revolving line of credit deal where pretty much that was the thing that you saw was the 15%. The other 15% pretty much was where I'm blowing up at him about basically telling him what a piece of shit he is and why I'm into this deal for so much money. So then I gave him the other basically in chunks and tranches. And at this time, I'm going through my own financial crisis and my own financial desperations of money's in and money's out. And when you play for the fences in life and try to make money, shit happens. So anyway, that's kind of what happened. And then I'm up to 10.3 million. Okay. And then pretty much about a year and a few months ago, Rob Dawson called me up. Now, at this point in time, I'm done spending money on him. So I'm out of the wheelhouse of spending money. Except I did something foolish, which I regret doing.
Okay.
And that was recently where Steve had a first position mortgage on his home. Okay. And it was leveraged between himself and Commerce Bank and another party that he borrowed money from. And the person that was in the first position was about to foreclose on it. So me and Rob Dawson, pretty much Rob came to me and said, I need help. Okay. And Rob's worth a shit ton of money. But Bob was like, look, so this is literally, so I'm done with Steven mentally, emotionally. And there's a lot of other shit that happened in between then. But Steven basically was just lying to everybody for the whole time. I mean, just lying and lying and lying.
So after you basically kind of bowed out, even though with money owed, Robert Dawson was the one who basically kept the engine running.
Correct. So
now he owns the IP. Do you know what he's going to do with the IP? Has he told the investors?
I don't really know at all.
Okay, have you asked him or not yet?
I have talked to him about it, and literally we've had, hold on one second, my wife's calling me on my other line. We've had basically 2 calls and one, hey, I'm on a phone call with Casper, the guy that's going over stuff, and he's on a live stream, and I'm in my car. So that's okay. But I'm on a phone call. Okay, I love you. Bye. Sorry, Casper.
No, you're okay. You don't have to apologize.
So anyway, yeah. So I don't know what Rob's going to do with the IP.
Okay.
Rob's in charge of that. So I don't know.
Okay. So when would be the next time you and the other investors, I guess, get a meeting with them? Or here's hold on one second. I'm going to hang up right now and call you from my other number. This battery's about to go dead. Okay. Okay. Sure thing.
Thanks. Bye.
Oh, well, that was fucking fast. That was fast. Hey there.
Hey there.
Yep.
Okay, good. Okay, so As of right now, it's really, I know Rob basically did not want to bury the company or foreclose on the company. It just was a point where he was into this for between his own personal capital, about $80 million. And Steven's been lying to him and to me about, as you can see in some of the text, the launch dates always changed. And look, and I respect the gamers, even though, as you pointed out, I'm more of a Pac-Man gamer, but that's just because I'm old as fuck. Pretty much at 57 years old, and I've made a lot of money, and I've spent a lot of money, and I've been stupid, and stupid is as stupid does, and I've been stupid. So the only thing that I would say is that both Rob and I, and yes, we expected the business to work. The problem is that Steven never allowed anybody else to get involved in the intertwinings of the company. He literally would always, and he would threaten me and Rob, like, if I quit, this thing is nothing. If I go away, this thing is over. I mean, this happened not just once, not twice, remember, like 5 or 6 different times. So the reality of like where it's at now, I really don't know. And I've told Rob, as God is my witness, I feel bad. And I brought him to Steven, and I convinced Rob to put in his first $10 million. Okay. And I'll take responsibility where I feel bad for that. All the money after that, Steven kept on going back to Rob and back to Rob and back to Rob. And so pretty much Steven would do these equity deals where pretty much where the controlling interest of the company after 2022 shifted not away from Steven. It wasn't until literally up until 2024 that Steven had no more controlling interest in the company. And a board wasn't formed when Steven's out there saying about the board this, the board that, the board this. Okay, I was supposed to have a board seat. I was supposed to be pretty much involved in any company major decisions. Do you know how many board meetings I've been to? 0. Do you know how many board meetings he's ever fucking called? 0. The guy couldn't fucking run a company for his fucking toothpick brain. He's a fucking retard. Okay? The only thing that guy is good at is bullshitting people. And he might be a good creative director. He might be a good gamer, but everything else is full of shit. So when you don't have to spend any of your own money, like 0, and you're just on everyone else's fucking tit, sucking everyone's tit, okay, like he was, spending everyone's money. I mean, I know people, my friend Tom is in his 70s. Him and his wife, they have financial problems. They have tons of problems. And you know what he did? That's their life savings. I'll be okay. I'm a survivor. I have money, other investments, and I can crush $12.5 million. I'll have some tax losses for the next 5 to 6, 7, 8 years. But at the end of the day, okay, there are other people that can't afford, okay, that put money into this. Okay.
Yeah.
So, and by the way, not only did he not put any money in, but then about a little under 2 years ago, 19, 20 months ago, he pretty much sat there and told, okay, me and Rob Dawson that he put in an extra $4 million. Okay. Which he never did. What he did is he borrowed money from another guy, had that guy send the money to his personal bank account, and then sent the money from his personal bank account to the company. And that guy's name is Aaron. Okay.
Okay.
So there's all the money that Steven has proclaimed to put into the company. I mean, maybe, if I could ever find it, maybe $500,000. Is that really his money? Or he might have put it in, but then he sucked it out with all the money that he pulled out of the company. Him and John paid themselves, okay, $50,000 a month.
$50,000, not $500,000. Oh, sorry, $500,000 a year or $50,000 a month.
$50,000 a month.
Okay.
$500,000 a year.
Okay. And
to run his company.
And do you have the records to prove that?
Yes, 100%.
Okay, you got the QuickBooks now and everything? Oh, no,
yeah, I do. I have the QuickBooks file, yeah.
Okay.
I'm going through them as we speak.
And so basically, if they were embezzling $500,000 a year, where was the rest of the money for Intrepid going? Or do you not know? Are you having forensics go through accounting?
It's very difficult because here's the problem.
Okay.
And I have emails that I will forward you that you can see that I asked him for books and records, and he would deflect and deflect and deflect. And I said, this isn't fucking rocket science. It's a simple QuickBooks file. Have your accountant send it to me. And in 9 years, or almost 9 years of doing business with the fucker, not one time have I received any QuickBooks. It wasn't until 3 days ago that I got them, and I got them from Rob's guy, Ryan Ogden, who's been going through the books for the last 6 to 9 months.
So even after the Yaya lawsuit for the writ of mandate to do access to records, you still didn't get it?
No, I never got it. And the only reason why I dropped the lawsuit is because Steven came to me and literally said, and Rob said, and Rob was funding the company, and Steven said, look, if you don't drop this lawsuit, I said, look, you pushed me to this point. So it's public record now because you wouldn't turn over the information. So I dropped it because I was going to subpoena more documents. So, and I didn't.
Okay. So interesting. Yeah, I think that gave a lot of insight for a lot of people.
Your bitch ass, you're next.
So do you know what's happening with the merchandise? I don't know if you've caught up on today's lawsuit.
I have no idea.
Okay.
About any
are you aware of today's new lawsuit by TFE Games in Nevada and the employees against Steven?
Yeah, that's probably one of the investors of the investor groups. I forgot which one of the person's names that's attached to TFE Games, but they have a written contract for a convertible note that it came in after my money. But yeah, everyone's gonna fucking sue Steven. I mean, like, he's a lying cockroach. I mean, what else do you fucking expect? I mean, the biggest problem that I got with the piece of shit, and the reason why I reached out to you, which, I mean, even though I am in the public world, I mean, I'm not really. I mean, outside of lawsuits and a few videos, that you can search from me, I really am not a public figure as much as the companies that I built I should be. But I reached out to you because I felt that your content was very fair. You weren't pretty much completely throwing Steven under the bus, but you had a lot of questions. And when I went through about 15 to 20 people on the internet, I found yours, and I reached out to you, and you responded, and that's why I said, hey, we got on the phone and we had a great conversation. And I respect the work that you did and the way you delivered it and how you presented it. It was great. I think you did an amazing job. So there's more information that's going to come out, but yeah, there's a lot of people that are going to realize how many people he fucked over. I mean, it's bad. Okay. So the TFE Games people, I think that's the group that put in $5 million. So
$5 million.
Yeah. I don't know what does their lawsuit say? Is it one? I don't remember. I can look it up when I get to the house.
Sure. I mean, yeah. Feel free to forward more of the emails or documents. Accounting. Yeah. Someone asked you. There's a lot of questions. Why didn't you cut your losses earlier and walk away from it?
Well, that's a very good question because I said about 10 minutes ago, I was fucking stupid. So here's the problem. Here's the problem. Look, I'm not going to blame Steven.
Okay.
Outside of look, here's what I'll say.
Okay.
When I sue Steven Sharif, he's going to be fucking sued by everybody. So I'm going to sue him, and I'm going to explain why I'm suing him to your people. But I was lied to. Okay.
Okay.
So the definition of fraud, and a fraud lawsuit is I was manipulated and lied based upon things I was told by him, by his mother, and by John. Lied. Okay. Like they have all this money invested in the company. It's the opposite. They took out money out of the company with nothing invested that I could find.
Okay.
So why did I stay in it at that time? I believed he had all that money invested in the company. So I believed in him that he was losing all of his. Originally, he told me he had $25-30 million into the company. Then he came back in an email and said he only had $9.5 million. I'll get you that email or whenever. What he said, why have $9.5 million invested?
So he lowered it.
He lowered it from 30 million to 9.5.
Okay.
Well, okay. So the entire world of Vera and all these people and fans think Steven must be fucking loaded. Where do you fucking make all his money? Has anyone ever asked on any of your, Discords, Reddits, whatever the fuck, emails, YouTube videos, has anyone ever said to Steven, where do you make all your money to invest in this company? No one's asked him. Okay. And he would deflect it even if he was, but no one asked him that. Where'd all the money come from?
I think people looked into it and saw that he had previous MLM history with his mother in Zango, and that's where I think a lot of people figured he got his wealth from.
Yeah, that's all bullshit. I mean, and that's the one thing I hate about multi-level marketing. Everyone's full of shit in the industry. Oh, I made $350,000 a month. Yeah, they might have made that 1 month, and then that company went out of business. So, I mean, it's like, okay.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I mean, that's basically the answer that the internet scrounged up, and they figured, I mean, hey, he's live streaming from a California mansion. He's got to be loaded, right?
Yeah.
That was basically the reasoning. And he did claim, I think later he got some money from real estate investments. And that circulated. That's all bullshit too.
Yeah, what? He doesn't own anything. He never owned a piece of property until like him and John bought that piece of property, probably a down payment from, they were renting it when I met them, but I didn't know that because I was fucking stupid and didn't pull a property report. So I didn't know. I've been down to that place. It's a bigger place than I live in, fucking hell. So yeah,
someone
bullshit story.
Another person's worried about you, asking, is it safe for you to say all this on in public on live stream?
I don't. If you don't know me, I don't give a shit what I say. But slander is basically anything you're saying to hurt someone. Look, I've sued people for slander. Go look my name up, Jason Kiramanis, and figure out lawsuit. Okay, so it's pretty much. There's nothing I'm saying that is slanderous or libel about Steven. He's a pathological nutcase liar. And guess what? You're going to see numerous lawsuits come out against him.
You're next.
Okay? For fraud, for whatever else. So, it's all bullshit. So the question is that, okay, am I scared of what I'm saying? Would I have gone through and sent you 380 pages of text messages, Casper? No, I would not have sent one fucking page of anything. Would I have been scared to show you the cap table that you put in your video? No,
I didn't forget.
All this is going to come out in litigation. Okay, so Steven's like, oh, I'm going to sue people. On what grounds? You dumb fuck idiot! What the fuck? Go fuck yourself. Like, who the fuck do you think you're going to sue people? Yeah, what? You're going to sue the board? Oh, I'm sorry. Rob Dawson has probably $80 million worth of signed agreements. Okay. Of you, okay, taking his money. Rob wrote you checks. I wrote you checks, okay? The TFD Games Company wrote you checks, okay? Tom wrote you checks. Aaron wrote you checks. Everyone wrote him checks. Has he given anybody any return on investment? Has he done anything? What's he going to say? It's full of shit.
Yeah.
So no, there's nothing that I'm scared to say because all of it's true and documented.
Okay. Someone asked, did you ever get any of the money? I think you already answered that early. If you got any of your money back.
No, how would I get any of my money back? The thing that pissed me off was the $300,000 that I gave him in August of 2000.
Right. The one where you got mad at him for not returning fast enough.
Yeah, because it's $300,000. At that point, I've already given him. Okay, and he was telling me all this shit about Tencent, I Dream Sky, and they're going to give us a $60 million contract, and blah 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 blah. Okay, this is before he borrowed money. Okay, and by the way, there's going to be a lawsuit by Commerce Bank at some point in time for fraud against Steven too, because he lied about the revenues of the company. There were no revenues. He took all the loans and booked them on his federal tax return as basically as income. That's a fucking federal crime. You fucking dumb fuck.
Do you have the records for that? Where he
100%.
Okay. Definitely. We're definitely have to talk later about and go through these files too, I guess.
I'll subpoena Commerce Bank to get them because he had to turn over financials to Commerce Bank. Never turned them over to me. Okay. Where he told me at one point that, oh yeah, I had to book those as revenue to the company. I said, Steven, that's illegal. You can't do that.
Mm-hmm.
I know, but I needed the money.
There's a lot of confusion in the chat over the house, the Californian house that keeps popping up.
So the California house, when
mm-hmm.
Steven bought it, I don't know how he got the down payment. I'm assuming between him and John milking money out of the fucking company in some capacity, because that's the only fucking money they were making was their salaries. So they were paying themselves a god amount. And John never did shit for the company. He was the CFO, the chief financial officer. That was his title. You know what he ever did for the goddamn company? Excuse me, God. But you know what he ever did for the fucking company? Nothing. Okay? They never called one board meeting. So if I was an equity shareholder since 2019, you should have called a board meeting. Did you ever call one? No. Did you ever call a shareholders meeting? No. Did you ever do anything of that nature? No. Even when Rob came in, okay, Steven wouldn't give Rob access or Ryan access to anything ever. And he would threaten, you know what? I'm going to quit. I'm going to leave. You know what? This company's nothing without me.
Mm-hmm.
You know, go look up NPD, narcissistic personality disorder. It describes him as a T. He's the most narcissistic fuck tool I've ever met in my entire life. The guy's a piece of shit. So as far as basically the house goes,
mm-hmm.
whenever they bought it, okay, whatever year they bought it,
sure.
I forgot what year it is, okay, and they put up a down payment. The original owner that they were renting the house from, which I didn't know at the time, I thought he owned the house because I thought he was a big fucking baller.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So pretty much he bought the house from the landlord. The landlord had the first trustee loan on the property. Okay. And over time it came due in 2024.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And Steven would kick the can down the road. Okay. On the balloon payment because he couldn't pretty much get the thing refinanced. Now, why couldn't he get it refinanced? Because when he did the deal with Commerce Bank, okay, wouldn't do the deal without him, okay, and John putting up the house as collateral. So Commerce Bank has the second on the property.
Right.
So then at this point in time, he doesn't make the balloon payment for the 4 point whatever million that he owes on the property. So the first is foreclosing on the house. They started foreclosure procedures. So then Steven, okay, and Rob's so into this at this point in time, Rob's probably into this for $50 million. So Rob calls me up and says, look, I need $2 more million, to help, pay for Steven's house to save it. Okay, so he doesn't lose his mind. Because if Steven loses his house, he's just going to fucking his relationship with John will be over. They'll get divorced, blah, blah, blah. Okay.
You're next.
So at this point in time, okay, me and Rob, and I told Rob, I don't want to put out any more money. He goes, it's secured with interest.
Okay.
Not anything egregious at 10% per year, which is normal at that time to go get a loan. Okay.
Okay.
So it was secured as the first trustee. So me and Rob personally, each put up $2 million on to take out the first. That was about a little over a year and a few months ago. Okay.
So you helped him with his house, basically being prevented from foreclosure.
On top of the $10.3 million, I pretty much helped him with $2 million so he would save his house from losing it and going into foreclosure. While he's telling everyone in the world of fucking Farrah that he's a baller and a fucking multi-millionaire. He can't fucking afford to pay fucking shit, fucking cocksucker.
So I get
okay.
One person. Sorry, go on. Go on. No, please go ahead.
So at this point in time, Rob's a big investor. He has investments in institutional banks. One of the banks that he dealt with was able to work out a refi and take out the first position on the property.
Mm-hmm.
And this gets into the real reason why the demise happened. Okay? So I'll explain. So Rob's bank did that, and then Rob pretty much came to me and said, hey, I need help. Doesn't matter that he's worth hundreds of millions of dollars. I need help because, he's pulling down stuff on margin calls, okay, to withdraw cash, which is basically you're borrowing against your margin on your stocks to pull cash out to go fund the company. So Rob is pulling his hair out, okay? And Rob is basically at this point in time, Rob is like, hey, Jason, we got the $2 million back because I got the first covered by the bank, and the bank is a different bank, okay? Not Commerce Bank, a different bank. Took out the first. That's fine. But then what happens is that at this point in time, Rob says, Jason, I need your help to put in that $2 million into the company.
Okay.
And I bitched, complained, and that's another fucking mistake. But at the time that it happened, Rob was into the deal at this point for probably close to $60 million, maybe a little bit less, maybe 58, 57. So at this point in time, and I'm the one who got Rob to the dance. I got Rob, and I introduced Rob and Steven together in Vegas.
Do you feel bad about that?
100,000%. I wish I would have walked away, lost all my money. No disrespect to any of the company, the gamers, and any of the people, the employees. But I wish I would have walked away and told Steven to go pound sand and fuck himself. But again, look, I'm not going to lie to people. I also was greedy too. I didn't want to lose my money.
Right.
Okay.
Your investment.
And I'm thinking, okay, and Rob thought it was a great company. Rob had his whole investor group of like 3 or 4 or 5 different people looked at the deal and realized that, that he said, yeah, what Steven was good at is selling the KPIs and the metrics of the game, how well it's doing with all the users, which it was. It was doing amazingly well. Okay. But after $140 million, it's not 109, by the way, 115. It's closer to 140. Between all the money that came in from Kickstarter, that's not included in that figure.
Right.
Okay. The money from Commerce Bank, between Kickstarter, Commerce Bank, and the PPL monies, that's $13 million right there. So that's at 123. Plus, there was also revenues that came into the company over the last 4 years. Plus other small business loans and a few other things. So the real number is about $140 million has been gone through.
That is astronomical. We have a same question from the chat. Did you ever get your iced tea at Denny's, Jason?
Actually, it's funny. No, I'm not a big Denny's fan. But,
okay.
But do I get my iced tea at Denny's? I don't know. I would. My wife wants to go to Denny's, and she's like, "Can you take me to Denny's?" I'm like, "Why? I don't like Denny's." Oh, I'm like, okay, no, I'm not. But I do like iced teas.
Okay.
Cheesecake Factory, passion iced tea. I'm down all the time. So there you go.
Okay. Someone mentioned the Steam launch. And I know your lawyer sent a letter to Valve.
Okay, so that's the ending final punchline. Okay, so here's what happened. So Steven, so here's what happened. Rob literally went to Steven. This is the thing that Steven calls the board made a decision.
I see.
What it was is Rob couldn't take it anymore.
Okay.
Rob was like already fucking fed up 6 months ago. Steven lied. Steven said we're going to launch in 2022. No, 2023. No, 2024. No, 2025. So you have to understand this from this perspective.
Sure.
Okay. Not only.
Oh no, we understand this. We understand this.
The gamers are all pissed because it's like, why are we waiting so long for this fucking thing? Okay. Well, the investors are like, we're losing, $2 to $3 million every month. The differential between, your OPEX, your operating expenses, the differential between your income. So let's say that he was selling picks, shovels, widgets, whatever you want to call it, and the revenues, $150,000, $200,000 a month from the online people buying stuff.
Right.
Well, the company costs $2.5 million a month for rent of the building, insurance for all the employees salaries. Okay. So, what happened was because the launch in December was not astronomical. If it was moderately successful, I think they did like $4 million that month in revenue, which pretty much, Steam took their percentage, and then whatever left over goes to the company, Intrepid Studios. Okay. So what happened is but they were holding it till January, so almost like a month later. for any like chargebacks or whatever. So what happened is that Rob, because there was not a whole lot of money, Rob was like, look, we can't go out and raise any money because the way the money came into the company, it's all debt. So the company is roughly $120 million in debt. Okay. So with $120 million of debt, the interest alone.
Right.
Okay.
Because he was fine with any interest rate, it seemed like, from your text messages.
He told me every interest rate possible known to mankind. He didn't care because he just wanted to suck more money out of me.
Sure.
Now, at the time, I kept on thinking Steven has assets. I thought, look, I'm stupid. I never checked on the home address. I never pulled a property profile. Shame on me. I never asked Steven for his tax returns. Shame on me. I never asked Steven to see his personal bank accounts. Shame on me. I'm a dumb fuck for not listening to myself.
Okay.
I was like, oh, he's a great guy. He's my friend's son. Why would they lie to me? So at this point, what happens is that Rob says, look, we can't continue like this. We need another. Look, I don't have any more money. I'm borrowing against my stock accounts on margin to fund the company. I can't take it anymore. So we're going to go do a foreclosure on the assets. So I signed, to allow Rob to do that. I signed an agreement with Rob and gave Rob my first position to go sign to do that. So Rob literally, so Steven wants to claim the board fucked this up. No, here's the real story what happened. During this process, Rob is pissed off at Steven. You don't know the stress levels that Steven has done to me and Rob.
No, I felt it. I felt it when I was, going through the text messages.
That piece of shit, fucking Steven is a cockroach.
Okay.
So Steven pretty much would always, oh, I need this, I need that. Would always calls when he needs money. And so Rob finally, it was an act of Congress for us to get anything out of Steven. All the time. It was always, he's a control freak, narcissistic, fuck what. So, from my perspective, he got greedy and stupid. So at this point in time, from 7 months ago or 8 months ago, Steven's been diluted down where he owns less than I do. And I only owned of the company with all the dilutions from Rob and the other group. I only owned around 11%.
Yeah, I think
Steven only owned 8% or something. Or
I think it's at 4% on the sheet.
Like that.
Yeah.
Well, the reason why he was given that 4% is because he said that he put $4 million of his own of additional money into the company. Otherwise, he probably wouldn't have gotten that. And that's a lie because Aaron put that $4 million in. It didn't come from Steven. And Aaron's going to have to sue Steven and Tim because Tim, the brother, signed some agreements with Aaron.
No, I didn't.
So then it goes one step further. So what happened is there was a call between everybody. I'm talking about and I never knew any of these people. I didn't know Aaron. I didn't know this girl, Teresa. I didn't know, all these people that put in money in the company. I never knew any of them, except the only one I knew was a guy named Tom.
Right.
Okay. So what ended up happening is that we all get on a call. This is about a month ago now. And we said, look, this is the plan. This is what we're going to do. And, we're going to fund the company, but we need to lay off employees. We're going to foreclose. We were planning on foreclosing on foreclosing on the assets. Okay. And maintaining and keeping. This is what fucking pisses me off, where everyone's going to fucking sue that cockroach and John. Okay. You're going to sue them because this is the key thing that sent the tailspin of everything into the toilet. Right here, what I'm about to say is the most important thing. So Rob's plan, was very simple.
Okay.
We're not gonna go public about this. We're not gonna talk about it. It was an internal thing with all of the creditors.
No, I didn't forget.
People that were put in millions of dollars that were owed based on the interest in their money. They put in $5 with the interest. Some guy put in $5 million in 2021 with interest alone and scaling that up and compounding and everything. Okay, that loan's at $9 or $10 million. So you got $109 million of debt.
Okay.
Okay. It's all debt. Okay, and people took warrants and options, and Rob was smart, okay, to do that because he pushed Steven into a corner at some point in time because Steven was out of control. So at this point in time, in January, they did the launch in December.
Okay.
There wasn't a ton of revenue. It was like close to like $4 or $5 million. Okay. The Steam took their percentage, and then they were going to send Intrepid, okay, I think $3.7 million. That was the amount that was coming to Intrepid. So
from Valve, from Steam.
From Steam. We all knew this, and so the triggering point is that Steven was trying to negotiate with Rob. Wrong, dumb fuck move to do. And Steven was going, I want equity. And Rob's like, I'll give you an earn out, but I'm not going to give you equity in the entity that's going to control the assets. So Rob said, hey, look, Rob could foreclose on everybody and fuck everybody. He didn't do that. You know what Rob did? He got on a call with all the investors and he said, hey, look, I don't mean to be a bummer to all of you, but you're going to have a choice to make. We will try to make all of you whole. Remember, we will try to make all of you whole. But as of right now, okay, this is our only option to try to continue making the company grow. Okay?
Okay. So you wanted to keep the product. You wanted to keep the MMO going.
1,000%. We got $100 million plus.
I just wanted to clarify that for people because they were like, where's the money? You know, where did all that go?
100%.
Okay.
No one to see it.
So is that indicative of Robert Dawson maybe trying to continue it or nah?
We all agreed. So here's the punchline.
Okay.
Rob said, okay, because Rob's kind of controlling this. Rob said, look, whatever you've put in, there's one person that's put in $435,000, and you know, and Rob that's up to, you know, with his group and his companies
about 90,
you know, 80 million, and then 10 million of his friends, you know, Smokey 1 million, whatever, Ryan $1.5 million, whatever. So we all got on the phone, and we're all butthurt, we're all pissed off. Okay, and Rob and Aaron and Teresa say this is the plan. In order for you to keep your current equity positions and or get back some of the money that first, you know, where it's asked, everyone's going to have to come up with 25% of what they've already put in.
Sure.
Okay. And almost everybody agreed. I think there were some people that are just broke.
Yeah.
Couldn't afford it. But I agreed to do it. Rob agreed to do it. So you do the math and you figure out that pretty much that you got $109 million or so. Okay. Multiply that times 25%. We all agreed, minus a little bit of money. So let's say, basically, everyone agreed, and we were all putting in more money. I agreed to put in 25% of $12.5 million. Okay, go figure that number out. Okay, I didn't want to. I don't want to put another diamond, but I was willing to do it. This is the cockroach fucking Steven. Okay, he's a piece of fucking shit. This is what he did to piss everybody off.
Okay.
Which is why the company got fucked.
Okay,
because what he did at this point in time is he went behind Rob's back. Okay.
Right.
Because Rob said, look, Steven, we got to pay all this money back to these investors. Okay.
Right.
And we'll give you an earn out as the creative director. Okay. But we're not going to put you on the cap table as an owner. Okay. You can go out there in the public domain. Okay. So what Steven says is, no, I want my equity now. And Rob says, I'm not willing to do that. I'll give you a deal based upon the company earning money. Not basically for you doing shit. The company has to make money. So then Steven threatens Rob and says, you know what? You know, I'm not going to do it unless you give me ownership. And Rob just put his foot down and said, fuck no, I'm not giving you ownership. I said, you can be the creative director and you can run the business as is. We're going to be, you know, we're going to be a skeleton crew. We're going to probably lose about 60 to 70% of the people, but we'll bring in enough money for all the investor group to fund the company. So then while we're in process of all doing this, you know, it's not like you do this. There's contracts that have to be read, agreements that have to be signed. A new company is being formed. Okay.
Right.
And while this
Becka, can you give me the battery charger from my backpack?
Steven decides to pretty much pull the ripcord and say to Rob, I'm resigning. Right about 5 days before the shit hits the fan. Now where the fuck you part is Steven has money in escrow, okay, because him and John sold the house, okay? That money does not get released because Commerce Bank, okay, has a second position on the house. Well, Commerce Bank's money went into Intrepid. So what happened is that Steven, upon his fucking betrayal and exit, and it's a fucking betrayal, okay? To all of the community, of anyone that ever played the game, to all the investors and all the employees. That motherfucker literally sat there, okay, and literally had Commerce Bank send a letter to Steam and saying that money is theirs at Steven's request.
Okay.
Okay? We weren't planning on fucking Commerce Bank, okay?
Right.
But Steven just fucked them because what he did was the money that Steam was holding was going to pay all the payroll, okay? On February 1st. So Steven took $3.7 million for his own greedy motherfucking son of a bitch, cockroach fuckery asshole.
Okay.
And basically what he did is he fucked everybody over and literally sat there and literally stole, okay, the company and pushed it to go out of business. Literally because he's a greedy narcissistic son of a bitch. Because what he did was he took he had Commerce Bank send a letter stating that money was Commerce Bank's. So Commerce Bank would get that money and pay off the second, releasing about 1.5 or 1.6 money being held in an escrow account by Commerce Bank, okay, because they had a secured position against his house on the money that he originally borrowed for the company, which I should have thought about it, but I never did. So anyway, that brings you to full circle. So then I get a phone call being told that excuse me. I get a phone call being told that Steven resigned, okay, and that Commerce Bank sent a letter, and then I had to send my attorney's letter saying, no, that's not his money, it's my money. I have UCC filings and pledged security agreements that were posted way ahead of Commerce Bank's, which I can document and give to you. I think I might have, I don't know if I sent it to you or didn't, but I can send that to you.
Yeah.
So anyway,
feel free to send everything.
That being said, that is the reason why we didn't have money to pay payroll, okay? Because Steven, that motherfucker, literally sat there and had Commerce Bank contact Steam. Well, that was the money for our payroll. So literally,
so he did it to spite you guys. Basically, he didn't even get the money.
1,000%. He did it to fuck everyone over, which will come out in my lawsuit, and I'm going to put all this down. And I don't care if Steven listens to this, if he hears it, he can go fucking rot in fucking hell.
He's probably listening.
I don't give a fuck. He can go fuck himself with some nasty things up his rear end, because that's what he's done to everybody else.
Okay, so just to clarify and recap the whole thing, Robert put the foot down. All the investors put their foot down. They said, okay, this is not sustainable. They proposed a 60 to 70% layoff. And then Steven wanted to keep his equity, even though he'd never bought equity. And then when they told him no, he said, all right, I'm going to resign. And as he did so, he contacted the bank to seize the Steam funding, which was meant for payroll. Now, he did claim in his announcement post that other senior staff resigned as well. Is that true, or is that just... Everyone resigned. Steven, look. Everyone resigned?
I hope some of the people that work for the company, because they've never fucking ever spoken to me, and they don't know the fucking truth. They should all go fucking watch your fucking video, because then they'll realize that Steven's been lying to them the whole time. They all think Steven's made of money. Oh, like they all probably thought every single dime that came into the company was Steven's. Look at it from a realistic standpoint. It's like, and Steven's convinced all these people that it's Rob's fault, or, I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, I went along with whatever Rob wanted to do, and this was the decision that Rob and Aaron and a gal named Teresa made. Okay. And I don't know if Aaron and Teresa were on the board, but I do know that they had a meeting and had a board meeting, and pretty much these were the decisions that they decided to make. So
Sure.
at this time, it's like I have some things that Rob and I have talked about it. We're going to talk again. I think he's in like it's like Steven literally did such a bad, just horrible exit. I mean, he didn't even care about saving the company. Just wanted to save his own ass. Like, I want the Commerce Bank loan to be paid off, so pretty much I can get the money off of my house.
I see.
It's like,
and that's after you helped them prevent foreclosure on the house.
Yeah, his house was going into foreclosure a year ago. I'll send you those emails too.
Okay.
The trust deed and all the documents. I mean, I got all this shit. So anyone wants to see anything, they email you or connect with you and tell me what they want to see.
All right.
I'm an open book. I got nothing to hide.
All
You
right.
might not like what I do for a living, but that doesn't mean I'm a bad guy. I mean, I'm not selling drugs to kids. I'm not fucking, doing any bad shit. Steven's a horrible human being. He's just bad. So I don't know. I hope I've helped out. Are there any other last questions? I could go on for 12 hours about what a piece of shit he is, but does anyone have any other specifics that I haven't answered?
I think just the majority of people want to know what's going to happen to the game.
We don't know, but I mean, look, Jasper, you have my phone number. I don't want my phone number going out in the public domain. I don't want to get a bunch of calls. You can call me anytime.
Sure.
If there's anybody that you really like that needs to talk to me, like if any of the employees reach out to you, we'll get on the phone. I'll talk to them. I've never spoken to one in 8 years. I don't have one employee's phone number. I've been paying all their bills. They don't know who I am.
Right, because you were funding the payroll from what, 20?
I've been funding the company for
2018, 2021. Yeah.
And then Rob literally took over from 2022 onward.
Right.
All of 22, all of 23, all of 24, and all of 25. That was 100% Rob Dawson and his crew. 100%. I mean, $2 million of my money. Okay, so yeah, that came in. So there you go.
Well, I think that's so when you said resigned, the senior staff that resigned with him, were they just laid off, or did they actually know about the board meeting and all that? Was anyone at the...
I honestly have no idea.
Okay. So you're not aware that anyone at the actual company itself was aware of what was going on?
No, I don't know what the employees at whatever levels knew. I mean, Steven had his own agenda, so...
Right.
Hey, Casper, hold on one second.
Very good.
Hold on one second, guys.
Are there any other last questions you guys want to ask him before we let him go, or... I mean, he's like talk for 12 hours. Okay. I'm just like, I don't know, 12 hours. Yes, I'm here.
Okay. So what else can I do to help you, my friend?
Honestly, I think people want to know. I think a lot of people sympathize with you. Some didn't.
That's okay. I mean,
and they just want to know if you're okay. Or how you're doing now financially.
If someone doesn't sympathize with me, has anyone said any shit about me? I'd like to know. I mean, they chatting about me like this motherfucker. I mean, I know people write shit. They're like, yeah, this stupid motherfucker. I mean, it's like,
It's I mean, some of that because, I mean, you took money from your 401k to help Steven, and that's a very nice that's a very nice thing to do, but also, the risk, right? Yeah. So
I mean, you read the whole.
Yes, I read the whole thing.
I mean, so you didn't put all of it up there, but you read the whole thing. It's like, and I love how I don't know what love bombing is, but okay. So,
it's like when someone just overwhelms you with positive comments and praise and says, "Jason, you're my god, Jason." He kept telling.
That's when he's trying to suck my dick and get money out of it.
Right. So he was doing that to you a lot in the text messages.
Yeah, 100%. He would always do that, especially at the time that he needed it. And then it got overwhelming. So look, as I said, I made a lot of mistakes.
Sure. So. Someone asked, do you still have your 2011 Ferrari and 2010 Rolls-Royce Ghost?
No, the 2010 Rolls-Royce Ghost was actually Kim Kardashian's car.
Okay.
that I bought used from her in 2014.
Okay.
And that blew up in my house on a fire. And I have a video. I can send that to you. I came back from the gym and the car just caught on fire. And I was running up and down like Benny Hill trying to put out a fire in my car, and then the engines came. So that car got totaled. And then the 2011 Ferrari, I bought a warranty from Ferrari dealership, and they did not fix the problem, and they wanted to charge me $30,000, and I said no. And then I sent them legal letters and notices that I'm going to sue them, and I said, here are your options. And my lawyer contacted them, and they came and picked up the car and paid me for the value of the car. And that was, I think, in 2017 or 18. So no, I don't have either one of those cars.
Okay, I think we just have 2 more questions and we can let you go. I know you're a little busy and taking care of some real life errands.
I'll stay on the phone all night answering questions.
I mean,
this is also cathartic. If anyone wants to go look that up, this is a healing thing for me because I've been a silent person watching all this stuff online.
Okay.
It's all bullshit. None of it's true. So that's the reason why I'm willing to stay here and talk.
All right, sure. I guess that's 3 questions then, because someone asked, I guess, why didn't you put your foot down with him?
We did many times. He came to my house,
but he just kept deflecting, and
he's a deflector. He's lying. He's a liar, bro.
Sure.
I mean, the guy came to my house 4 different times. I've been to his house 2 or 3 times in San Diego, and I live up in Woodland Hills. So, pretty much, I mean, I had a meeting with him and Rob. Oh, I'll send you emails, and you'll be shocked.
Okay.
What the emails say. They'd be like, look, we need this. We need proper.
I'm already shocked.
We need proper filings, proper tax returns. We need this. We need this.
Sure.
I've never seen a company tax return since I've been in the company. As a shareholder, okay, and a creditor. Not one time. Not one time. Never seen a tax return. For anyone listening, you ever invest in anybody's shit, okay, you have rights as an investor in their business. And you have rights to see tax returns, books and records, and bank statements. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
That's your right. Did I ever see any of that? No, I did not.
Okay. What do you think Jason's response is going to be after all this? Do you think he's going to defend himself, or how will we?
You mean Steven's response? Or my response?
Steven. Like, what do you think he's going to do? What's his next move? I guess. What's your prediction?
Everything I've said is factual. What's he going to say? What's he going to say? I mean, like, okay, I don't like the way he cusses and says fucking does. Like, who cares? Like, it's like, I don't really know. The F word is an adjective. Go look up on YouTube the word fuck. You'll find a whole list of noun, verb, adjective. Okay, so what's he going to say? You heard my Steven.
Someone.
Okay, so I don't care. I don't care what he does. What are you going to sue me for?
Mm-hmm.
Slander, libel, calling you a piece of shit? Okay, go ahead. Like, I really care. Like,
okay.
wait. Go ahead. Bring it on, Steven. I'm good.
Okay.
So I don't care what Steven does. I just want to set the record straight for all the people that believed his bullshit internet story, whatever the fuck he would post. I put 30 million, 50 million, 60 million, $100 million of my own money into this company.
Okay.
None of that is accurate.
Right.
So not only did he defraud his investors, he defrauded the entire community.
Right.
The entire community.
The community is now asking, what are your future plans to recoup funds? How do you plan to sell the project?
Yeah, I told you.
Right.
Casper, I'm going to keep you in. I have no idea.
Yeah, you keep me in the loop? You keep me in the loop?
Keep in the loop.
Okay.
100%.
All right.
Rob's in charge of that. There's some ideas. There's some people that used to be, there's some people that through one of my associates, I introduced to Rob Dawson at a dinner in Beverly Hills a week and a half ago. I'm not going to, I'll tell you privately, Casper, but
sure.
The person was with one of the biggest companies in the industry for 11 years.
Okay.
And has his own IPs and his own desires. And so, but I don't know if that'll be just the tech or if that'll be for Ashes. As far as Ashes goes, Rob's been looking at options. The problem is when you literally don't have any technical experience,
right?
And you're sitting there where Steven has poisoned the entire staff against the board,
right?
Which is such a fucking cockroach fucking thing, because
sure.
The board literally has only been a board recently. Okay, what happened to the board that Steven should have had 8 or 9 years ago?
Right.
It doesn't exist. So, I don't know. And that really at this point in time, there's no board. It's Rob Dawson and his decisions of what he's going to do in the future. He's the guy that put in $80 million, of his own resources.
Okay.
So, not someone else's money. Rob didn't borrow money from someone else. That's Rob's own personal money.
A couple more questions. Did Steven's mom ever contact you after all this, or because you seem like friends?
Contact and text.
Okay.
You want me to read? You want me to read what I wrote her? Yeah.
Sure.
That'll light this call up. Hold on. Oh, people will love this shit.
Okay. All right.
Oh, you know what? I know what. My other battery in my other phone. Let me see if it's. I might have gone dead. So,
sure.
Yeah. I'll send you that. You can do a follow up. I think I can find it. But
sure.
Basically, what I said is I said, one of her sons is in a mental institution. Okay. The other son's a very smart guy. His name's Tim.
That's the nutrition guy, right? 310. Yeah.
Tim hates basically his brother. So, that's a whole.
The brother in the mental institution, or the brother?
No, hates Steven Sharif.
Oh, okay. We got the impression that Steven handed off Ashes of Creation merchandise to his brother to sell.
I don't know if that's
because his brother's company is the one selling Ashes of Creation merchandise next to this.
Oh, I don't know.
On Amazon.
So this is on Monday, February 2nd.
Okay.
This is the Sharon.
Sharon.
Your son has destroyed the business, and you have no idea what's coming soon. All of you lying piece of shit. Okay, son. Hope you. I'm sorry, I don't have my glasses.
You're good.
Hope you both rot in hell for destroying everyone's lives. Okay. Okay. Just a pathological narcissistic personality disorder, worse than Mark, your other son. Is it your DNA in your sons? Okay. Or your ex-husbands that create these kind of human beings that lie, cheat, steal, and make everyone believe they are honest. Okay?
Fuck me.
He's destroyed my life and Tom and Bethany's life and so many other people's. Okay?
Thank you so much for your work on this. So fun to see when liars get caught.
In an asylum. Such a liar, cheat, thief. I can't believe this is scumbag of your DNA. Wish you never given birth to such a human scum. You have given birth to the worst of your 3 children. It is not Mark that's the devil and has issues. It's your son, Steven, that destroyed everyone's lives. You should have had an abortion. And she goes, it's a shame in her response. Why, right? Yeah, it's a shame on you, okay, for lying to me.
Oh, that's okay.
That was it.
Okay, well, that was a lot from you, but not a lot from her.
If you can tell that I'm heated up and I'm pissed.
Yes, I can tell.
Steven just fucked up and railroaded the entire fucking company.
Yes.
So, okay, next question.
You're hilarious, Jason.
You're next.
Okay, we'll keep it going. Hold on. There's a lot of people here now, so I'm gonna look through the questions. All right. Someone asked, were you hoping to play the MMO as well, Jason?
Of course. I mean, I wanted to see it go. I mean, am I an MMO guy? No, I'm not. I'm not going to lie about that.
Right.
Have I ever played an MMO? No. I mean, I had a bunch of friends. You know, you saw it in the text. I had a bunch of friends, children and kids that wanted to have access and early access to it, and I hooked them up. And Steven sent me some swag, and you know, and I got them some early access. I don't know if they played or not.
Sure.
I've never played the game, to be quite honest. I've watched probably about, I don't know, close to about 300 or 400 hours worth of YouTube videos, including all of yours. So, yeah, so I've been, so I've watched all the players play, and that's how I would, I would learn about my investment as I would go onto YouTube, and I would just watch all the gamers talk about it, and I've watched all of Narc's videos. He came out early and said there's a piece of shit, which I agree. Okay, and and
so you've kept up on the YouTube side.
Yeah.
Okay.
Asmon Golden, Narc, and and you and a bunch of other guys. Yeah, I follow. I'm just kind of I'm a geeky guy at home, and I sit there and and I just watch other people's talk about stuff. Is how I kind of just chill and watch stuff for 2-3. For a while I was watching probably an hour of stuff a day, and then and then it kind of recently I've watched a lot more because of all the rhetoric and everything going on.
I mean, was it infuriating to kind of sit through all those videos and listen to everyone?
What's been infuriating is like just watching how someone could be so inauthentic on so many different levels to so many different people. I mean, why couldn't you just be honest and tell people, hey, you know what? Why couldn't you just say, hey, I'm a gamer with a vision? I mean, why couldn't and why couldn't you just tell people, from an honest position that, hey, you know what? Yeah, I'm the creative director. I have 100% control of the company. I've taken on some partners because, I needed to raise money. I don't have hundreds of millions of dollars.
Right.
Why didn't he do that from day one? I don't know.
Exactly.
That is what pisses me off, because, and then the story that he tells everyone, but it's not just all the gamers.
Right.
It's the over 100, 200 employees that he had.
Right.
They all bought it too. They all believe that he's the Pied Piper.
No, I didn't forget. Nephis, yo bitch ass.
Do you have any do you have any opinions on the actual gameplay of the game?
Okay. I don't want to say anything about the gameplay because that would be like me talking about something
Fair.
It's like it's like me, if you want to talk about multi-level marketing, which no one on this call wants to hear or talk about.
Sure.
Okay, yeah, I can tell you about that, which, I'm an expert in that field because I've built many companies all over the world. I've traveled to, Asia probably,
Sure.
over 600-700 times. I told you before, I had offices in Seoul and Busan and a couple other places. So, I've been all over the place.
And now you have different investments, different businesses.
Yes.
Yeah. He already answered that. I'm just looking at a lot of questions, the same questions now at this point. Why didn't the board come on? Why didn't they force Steven early? I mean, because Steven kept begging Jason and the other investors, guys, not to basically, in his perspective, derail the company or make things public to where the company might be affected adversely.
Steven was worried about affecting what I would call anyone knowing the reality of the truth behind the curtain. It's like, okay, you pull the curtain back and you go, oh, he's not, there's no Wizard of Oz. It's all bullshit. Just a guy. Okay. So that why any of us, and there really was no board. I mean, literally all this stuff happened by us forcing him. Like Rob had to force him. Okay. Otherwise, Rob would have to say, Steven, I'm not sending you any money unless you sign this contract. Steven, I'm not sending any money unless you agree to this. Steven, I'm not sending any money. It literally became that type of a relationship.
Right. And it just kept going.
It kept going and getting worse and worse. And then you look at it from, from Rob's perspective, relatively speaking, you get to a point financially where you just can't take it anymore.
Sure.
I mean, I don't care who you are. Most people can't comprehend. Okay, let's look at it from this standpoint. I'm not saying anything negative about anyone that's listening now. I don't know anybody's financial situation. I don't have Rob's money.
Right.
Anybody that has $90 million of money, they had to make at least, okay, $150 million in gross net income to pay the government their share. So you have after-tax dollars It's $90 million of after-tax dollars that Rob put into this thing. So I feel bad for him. He's the most important person I feel bad for.
I see.
When we were at dinner in Beverly Hills, at a nice hotel, where Rob was staying at, the Beverly Hills, and the Polo Lounge, I just started bawling my eyes out in front of my wife, in front of my child that was there, in front of his wife and a couple other people, just because I felt so bad for what has happened. And I had nothing to do with it. It's all fucking, it's the narcissist dude that's all over the internet telling people that he put in 30, 40, I don't know what he said. I mean, I know it's millions and millions of dollars that he's claimed that he put into the company, and none of that is true. None of that exists.
Sure. A lot of people are picking up on Steven's kind of comments towards his Chinese partners because, iDream Sky, you remember that. And how did you feel about Steven just bad-mouthing the Chinese?
Well, I mean, look, I've done events where I've spoken on stage.
Sure.
Google that, where I'm speaking in front of 20,000 people, and they're all Chinese. So,
right.
I think that, was he venting? Yes. Do I think he's racist? No. I think he's a greedy piece of fucking shit. Okay, and a narcissist. But I just think he was pissed off and, whatever happened. Now, have I ever seen an iDream Sky contract or a 10-cent contract?
Yeah, he sent you pictures.
He sent me pictures of meetings and all kinds of horse shit. I don't know what's real or what's not real. That's the problem. And a lot of people really don't. Do I believe that there were meetings where, someone reneged? Maybe they did. I don't know. I mean, the only reason why I gave him more money back then is because he told me that more money was coming in and he'd be able to pay me back.
Right. So,
all that again is lie. So, okay, next question.
Did Steven ever tell you guys that he promised players hundreds of times that there is no board, there's no public investors?
Repeat that one more time. Did Steven ever tell me?
Yeah, what he told players. Like, did he ever report that, or did he just give you?
No. Unless I went online to see some of his crazy antics or shit that he would say. No. I mean, it's like, no. Steven would never tell anybody what he was doing.
Okay, so basically, Steven essentially had full control, even up until the Steam launch and past that, until Rob set his foot down in late January.
Yeah, it was literally things started, I would say, like after January 10th or so. That was kind of like when Rob said, look, we didn't, Rob literally said,
no, I didn't forget.
I can't afford to spend the kind of money that I've been spending at a pace of $2.5 million a month. So Aaron, Teresa, and him got together and they literally put a plan together, and then they told me, and I got a legal notice from Rob's lawyers about, what's going to happen. And it was basically a foreclosure notice that Rob's foreclosing on the assets. Okay. But this again was never going to be public. We were just going to take the Intrepid and Ashes of Creation assets and put it into the new company. And then the new company was going to have a raise of about 25. I told you this earlier, about a raise of about 25% of the total amount of money. So we were going to raise from everybody, had to come up with 25% of what they put in to stay in as equity shareholders. Right. Steven had no money, okay, and Steven never put in any money, okay, and Steven wanted to be given free basically equity for not putting up any money, and that's why the greedy piece of shit left.
Do you know where? Like, have you ever had any contact with him since then? Has anyone?
No. Last time, I told him. I mean, I could look on my phone and see the last text messages. I think what the PDF that I sent you, I think was a last backup that I did on Decipher messaging. But I think it ended in, what year did that end? Was that 2023 or 2022?
I think it was 2022. But that was like not relevant to the.
So I have messages that I can get you. I just got to go and download my iPhone and then download it into the app and then print out a PDF and then go from there. But I have all that I could get you. But yeah, there's a lot more. There's another 3 years plus all the emails and everything else.
Sure. I involved you in the creative process because I want to make sure you're part of it. Make sure that nothing bad or what you don't want leaks out.
Well, no, I get that.
Yeah. Do you know that Steven is still controlling the Ashes Discord server? I think you watched the draft video. I don't know if you caught that, but he's still lurking in the official Discord server for the company.
Yeah, I have no idea about any of that.
Okay. Well, you're not familiar with Discord. You're not, you know what I mean? Like
I don't know.
Pac-Man.
Yeah, sorry. Guys.
Sure.
Yeah,
no, he's not. Guys, he's not familiar with Discord. But so basically, Discord is like
You're next.
a chat messenger, and you can have servers for your friends or groups of people or communities, and you can make announcements to those people or message them. Send pictures, whatever, just like a phone.
Like a Slack.
Yeah, it's a Slack. It's a Slack, but for gamers.
Oh, it's like a Slack. Okay.
And the more casual, non-office usage. So it's a Slack basically, and there were over 200,000 people in the Discord server. Now I think there's about 170, 180,000, and a lot of people keep, pinging him, asking where he is or what happened, and he's not really budging because he keeps saying there's legal issues, there's court filings, the truth will come out. But he said that last week, and nothing's come out except what you shared. I think you really did the community a service in terms of, no matter what anyone thinks of your ventures. I think you really did the community a service because no one knew anything. It was everybody was in the dark. All we could do was look at what public information was available from last year to now, and just kind of speculate.
Yeah.
So he's still in that server. He actually timed me out last week after I posted the last video about him moderating that server.
He's just he's not a good human being, man. It's just I can't. I mean, my venom towards him is so beyond. I mean, you have no idea because like I need that money back. I'm not gonna lie.
I mean, it's $10-12 million you need back.
And I'm an older father. I just had a 4-month-old baby. I have a younger wife, and she's seen me stressed out, crying at night over all this shit. I mean, it's horrible. I mean, it's like and Steven doesn't understand the damage that he's done to good people, like including. What about all the people that just bought shit a month ago? Or what about all the people that were, testing and doing stuff and paying for stuff? What? They all just get, it's like, yeah, they all get, shit too. It's like, the whole thing.
Okay.
I'm just trying to pull up my other phone on.
We have a lot of repeat questions in the chat at this point. Does anyone have new questions or... I see. Okay. Someone wants to ask, do you feel that Ashes of Creation and Intrepid Studios, by extension, was a long-term scam, or it was just Steven making terrible business decisions?
Well, I think that there's a couple things. So one is I think that Steven did a lot of his own bullshit shenanigans with. He did a lot of bullshit, Yeah, the last text message I sent him was in 2024.
Okay.
And it said, "Lose my fucking number."
He never replied.
No.
Okay.
Because all he was doing, I have some crypto assets, and pretty much what he did is he was just like, I think he just wanted more money out of me. So
sure.
It was just another douchey move for him to try to suck money out of me. But yeah. So yeah, I don't really have any. I have no sense of. I have no sense of remorse for anything that I've said on this call about him, because all the people that he's screwed over, it's bad.
Okay.
And it's only in for him. It's just going to get uglier, because you're going to watch. You're going to see. Like you told me, there's a lawsuit from TFE Games. You want me to see? And I just got home, guys, so I can see who. I can pull up TFE Games, and I can tell you what the amount was for, and I pull the Google Drive up.
We already answered this question while you're looking through your Google Drive. If like Steven essentially did not want to lose equity or control the company, even though he had 4% or so equity, the board put their foot down, because the board, I think, was not even a week old. They finally put their.
Yeah, I don't know when. Like Steven calls it a board. I don't even know.
Well, it just it just sounds like Robert Dawson got fed up, like you said, called the other investors, and tried to approach Steven, and Steven said no, and then he basically spitefully got rid of the $3.7 million.
No, I didn't forget.
From Valve, and yeah, and that was a payroll for employees. And now he's gone.
Yep.
That's basically the recap.
100%.
Yeah.
Okay, there's FET Holdings. That's not it. Let me go back.
We're not aware of any deals Steven tried to make or amend. No one knows where Steven is or what he'll do. What is the plan to extract money from the rest of Ash's assets? That's up to investors.
Mainly, I think that so there are conversations that have been had that I'm aware of by Rob and other people, that they want to find a way to try to keep Ashes alive. The problem is, it's such a fucking clusterfuck, because like for an example, Steven convinced all the employees not to communicate with Rob Dawson and blamed Rob Dawson for everything. Now, what's happening is the guy that's in charge of whatever the fucking the I don't know, I'm not, the access to all the server and all the information, everything else. Okay, the head person that was the head computer programmer isn't returning Rob Dawson's phone calls. So it's like, so it's just going to get, so Rob's going to have to maybe sue that person for not communicating and taking, I don't know. I mean, nobody really knows. It's like,
So even the investors are in the dark. They're just trying to.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, everyone's just trying to figure shit out.
Would it help if, like, the employees reached out?
If there's any employees listening, contact Casper on this, and get in touch with him, and he'll give you my phone number. You can call me directly. I'd love to talk to you.
Okay.
Because everything that, Casper, I'm just going to send you this fucking Google Drive. I don't want it all going public out in the public domain.
No.
So I'm just going to figure this out.
I'm not going to show it on. I'm not going to show it to how many people do you have in here at this point? Yeah. 800 people? 800? 900 people?
Yeah.
What
else would you guys like to know?
I think someone wanted to let you know that Steven right now is active in the Discord. The Slack I told you about. He's kicking people actively. I think apparently he's watching. I don't know.
Great. Tell him I said, hey, go fuck yourself, Steven, if you're watching or listening.
I didn't hear you. Okay, cool.
And do it with a really big dildo that you need, really, after you fucked everybody over. Hope he's fucking listening. Remember the conversation we had on my balcony? Do you remember that, Jason Karamanitz, on my balcony? That's the same guy that you just unleashed. God bless you.
Okay.
Fucker. We had a big fight, and he almost fucking started crying on my balcony, little pussy. Fucking...
Okay.
Now, I did say some very derogatory things on my table. I'm not going to say them in the public domain to Steven's face, and he did not like it. Now, anyone that says that pretty much that I'm homophobic, my dad marched on DC, and pretty much my dad came out when I was 8 years old, and my dad died of AIDS, and my dad marched on DC. So no one can talk shit about me or how I feel about. People that are pieces of shit are pieces of shit. John and Steven, cockroaches, pieces of shit. There are other gay people that I have. They're some of my good friends. Okay, but those two guys, pieces of shit.
Okay.
They make anyone in the gay community look bad. They're horrible human beings.
Someone said, if you're looking to sue Steven, Jason, is it purely on principle at this point, or are you looking to reclaim money, or what?
I don't know what Steven has. Oh, yeah, I'd like to get all my money back. Am I going to reclaim anything from the broke dick fucker? No, the guy's a broke dick motherfucking cockroach loser that just scammed everybody. Do I think he has anything? Absolutely not. Probably live on his mom's couch the rest of his life. No one's going to ever hire him in the gaming community. He's a fraud. So when all the lawsuits come out against him, I mean, he's like, oh, I'm threatening the board. I'm going to sue someone. I'm like, who the fuck is he going to sue? And for what? What's he going to sue him for? He's a dumb fuck. He's a narcissistic dumb fuck that built his own stupid persona because he allowed all these fans, okay, to blow up smoke up his ass for so long because they thought that he was the Messiah. Brand new MMO. Steven's a god. Steven pretty much is worth $100 million and funded this all by him lonesome himself. You know, that's the shit that just irks me. He's that much of a cockroach.
Okay.
So, you know my feelings about Steven.
Yes. Do you know who made the decision to go launch the game on Steam or Valve?
I do not. I do not. I could find out probably. I'm assuming that was something that Steven made the decision to do. I don't know the answer. I'll be honest, I don't know that answer. I could probably find out from Rob. So, yeah.
I see. Okay. So it sounds like at this point, we're just all waiting on information. You keep us in the loop, and I'll see if I can forward any employees your way.
I'll get more information to you, bro. I mean, it's like, I told you before, I'm very thankful to you because, you don't know me and, you got my information. So,
Yeah. Do you have anything else you want to say to these everybody in the community?
No, I am sad. So I think that it's sad. It's sad for all of us because at the end of the day, from my perspective, there's no reason why Steven's ego and greed should have buried the company.
Mm-hmm.
Are you able, if I send you an email, are you able to post something if I sent you an email?
Yeah, sure.
Like right now?
Post it where?
Oh, I don't know. Oh, you're on your thing. Okay. Or put it on
my screen.
Well, I was just, you know what we should probably do, is, we should probably do another, like what I'll do is I'll get you more emails, more content.
Sure.
And you can, do what you do best, which is like, I think you're awesome at doing this. And look, for anyone, I actually want to help, Casper make some money and some other shit because like he never asked me for a fucking penny, didn't ask me for a dime, didn't ask me, and did all this on his own. And I'm like, man, it's like, I know you guys have a whole new respect level for me, from how you guys create content and what you guys do to create the storyboarding of what you do. It's something I've never done before. I kind of missed that boat. I should have done it 15 years ago, and I decided I don't want to do social media. So, but I really appreciate what you've done. And it's funny. So I just got an email from a gentleman by the name of Theory Forge. So we didn't get a chance to connect, but I just listened to your talk on this live stream. I appreciate you speaking up so that the community can hear the truth. We are pissed. I agree with you. I'm continuing to cover this whole thing as well. I look forward to seeing your lawsuit. I have contacts with an Intrepid that would like to speak with you. If you have a chance, thanks again. Here's it. And put on nice lawsuit. Okay, that's very nice. Tell him thank you very much. I'll send him an email. So
he's probably listening. Yep. Do you know when you're going to file your lawsuit? Or not
I have no idea. The only problem with filing a lawsuit is I have to get information. So the problem for me is, okay, so I have to go through and I have to create when it happened, why it happened, what the situation was, and I have to put that all down. You've helped me a little bit because I actually sent your video
timeline.
Timeline. I have to put the whole timelines together. The lies, when I found out about it, the fraud, all this stuff.
You might have to add more numbers to it too, just in case.
Yeah, probably. 100%.
I guess this is my personal question, and you may not know this because Robert is dealing with all this for the most part, which is I would love to talk to him if you can set that up. But do you have any plans for the employees or the former employees, the developers?
We don't know.
We don't know.
The problem is that Steven has done such a hatchet job.
Yeah.
Against the guys that gave him $100 million fucking dollars. Okay. And he does a hatchet job to him. Why would you do that, bro? I mean, why? Because you're a greedy fuck. All the years I could have helped you, all the emails that I wrote you.
Right. I think people watching the video will really get a sense of that. And I think a lot of people will really wonder why you really helped them so much. But like you said,
I could say that as I said.
Yes. As you said.
Yeah. As I said, and sometimes in life, we want to believe that other people are going to help us grow our net worth. I had a goal, and my goal was I made a lot of money with that company, Cenex, with Robert Dawson. I made Robert Dawson a lot of money, and he's a great man. The other two of his partners are fucking idiots. That was the other two owners, Wendy and Randy. And they're the reasons why Cenex went out of business.
I see.
So, it had an amazing run all around the world, selling basically, cosmetic products. So, so I made a lot of money selling skincare products. The part that I think that is damaging to like everybody in the community and all the investors and the employees is like, Steve wasn't authentic. We're telling the truth. Okay. It was always just a fucking smoke and mirrors to everybody, as you can see in the text messages. So,
right.
I got another 20 minutes to go before I got to spend time with the wifey and the baby.
No, I should let you. We should let you go now. I think.
You sure? No more questions?
I think people have questions, but it's questions we can't answer now, or questions you just don't know about. It's like some tech stuff, and we already answered a bunch of the repeat questions I'm seeing here. But yeah, thank you so much for giving us the information, Jason. Really appreciate it.
No problem. No problem, Casper. I appreciate your time too. And anyone that's listening or on the phone, all your time's valuable. The time you put into the community, the time you put into playing the game, the time you put into listening, as I said, I feel bad for everybody. None of us that has put in a dime, and I don't want to start crying in front of all you guys, but none of us, I swear to you, none of us wanted the deal to fall apart, okay? It was just that Steven made chess moves to screw Rob over, okay? And what I would really ask Steven is, why? When all we would do is give you fucking all of our life savings, okay? And if Steven's listening to me, go call your mom and ask him what's going on with Tom and Bethany, okay, and why you destroyed them. They're not like me. They don't have other businesses. They've lost everything because of you. And they're in their 70s, bro. They're never going to come back from this. And all the people that believed in you and all the people in the community, yeah, it's bad, okay? And those are people that have been friends with his mom since Steven was a baby. Like 35, 40 years.
Oh. So like childhood family, like friends. Okay.
Friends. It took their life savings.
How much did Tom and Bethany lose?
$2 million.
$2 million? I see. Yeah. I think we're going to kind of take this all in. I'll let you go and please have a great time with your wife and child.
If anyone reaches out to you, okay, I'm okay with you giving them my phone number. Okay.
Sure thing.
Okay. Thanks, bro.
All right. See you in a bit.
Have a great night, everyone. God bless.
You as well. Happy Valentine's.
Okay. Same to you. Bye-bye.
Yeah, why not? All right, my arms are, dude, my wrist is fucking tired from holding. I kept. What?
You made me get up.
Because I was trying. I was trying to. I was trying to hold the phone to the mic.
To get your charger?
You think I'm like Luffy from One Piece or something? What the? All right.
You literally could have set the phone down.
I'm doing
it.
this.
The mic would have heard it.
Oh,
I can hear me over here.
Why are you guys taking Becka aside, bruh?
On your desk. But instead, you had me minding my own business. I'll have you know. Over here in my space, you had me get up, walk right to the...
No. Okay, I could have probably done it.
Hey, look.
What the? Are you SpongeBob?
No. You clearly...
Okay. They also missed payroll multiple times at the end of 2024 around Alpha 2 release. What? Yeah, you pretty much have most of it. Whenever Steven missed payroll or bonuses, he would blame the accounting firm or bank. What? They missed payroll multiple times at the end of 2024 around Alpha 2 release. Delayed by a week or two. No one had anything to say about it. People mentioned it, but Steven kept blaming the banks. So everyone just hype train emoji spammed in Slack chat and was like, let's go, we're fine.
Odd.
What? Wait,
just
what?
be like, we're fine.
Is a liar.
I'm sorry, what?
A bully.
So to clarify, he did have paychecks that never came in for a couple weeks. He gave the excuse that was the accounting firm or the payroll provider or a bank. Okay, that it can't be all of them. You know what I mean? So and everyone just hype train emoji spam in Slack chat. Do you still have access to the Slack chat by any chance? Steven would just say we're in a good position. We're switching banks because this one sucks. That's crazy.
AKA, Jason is tapped out. I have to find a different source.
No, not anymore. Damn. Well, how you doing? I saw Margaret got, I think, a job in the meantime, or job offer in the meantime. I'm hoping you're doing great. Alpha 2 bonus was delayed indefinitely. There was a Alpha 2 bonus. Steven sounds so malicious. I mean, it just lends more credence to the fact that no one else knew, right? You should interview an ex-employee. I would love to interview Margaret or even Bebop, whatever, you know? That's fucked up. So a lot of this is matching up with your experience. Was supposed to get the, let's see, you're supposed to get the Alpha 2 bonus payment December of 2024, which was 2 years ago, or roughly. They kept delaying it by months. We promised a date 3 months in advance. Then when it would come, he would say that the funds couldn't be processed. And no one was like, that's weird. Or, you know what I mean? Like, or was it just, you got the basic pay and you're like, oh, whatever. I mean, there must be something wrong. Well, I'm hoping you're keeping in touch with the others in this time. It really sucks for everybody. This irresponsible thing, or sorry, things that Steven did. Move it ahead. They moved it ahead. I mean, I was like, the fuck guy. I think most people just ignored it and believed Steven. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if you read Margaret's statement. I think, what was it, last week? She said, that statement, she made a comment, I think it was on a Reddit post, when someone asked her, what was he like? And she was like, oh, he's really nice. He was very kind. We had no issues. And that kind of implied to me there were no workplace issues, potentially. But, I mean, hell, dude, let me know. Like, contact me in Discord. Discord